Are you using Playwright MCP server? Then we need to talk. There is some bad news for you. People are sharing it all over the internet, and I think it's worth to make a video about it. Let's have a look. First of all, what is Playwright MCP? This is a tool from Microsoft which is built on top of Playwright, and it's used in AI. Model Context Protocol server that provides browser automation capabilities using Playwright. This service enables LLMs to interact with web pages through structured accessibility snapshots, bypassing the need for screenshots or visual tuned models. And the main problem here is snapshots. Yes. So apparently, when you are interacting with a web page, you are getting back a snapshot of that page. And as you can imagine, size of that snapshot could be really huge if your UI is pretty rich. And that's where all the problems coming from. We have a feature request just right in this repository stating control and limit the size of the output of each tool. I have been using Playwright MCP for the last months from version 0032. I have noticed a huge increase in the number of tokens that my LLMs consumes to interact with the MCP server. From version 030 to version 32, the numbers of tokens used have been multiplied by 6, solving the same task. I am not using version caps, so it's just a context. And this user is absolutely right. We have tons of other the same answers here, and essentially we have feedback, official feedback from supporters of this tool. And unfortunately, news is not really great. So thank you for your feedback. I would like to keep the tool aligned with the spirit of MCP. LLM is one with the brains, and the tool is one that performs the task. We should not make the tool smart, that's LLM's business. We are not considering the cost or the tier limitations at this point, since the landscape is changing too fast. Yes, it will consume tokens, but as long as it produces add value, we are fine with that. And that said, people are not really happy. And many more answers we can see here, and not only here. Hacker News, for example, has the same news. Playwright tools for MCP. And what people stating here is that it uses area snapshot, which is accessible representation of the DOM used by screen readers and accessibility validation tool, as well as Playwright testing. I have been playing around with much better textual representation of the page that much more compact. And yeah, we are talking about large size which gets actually exposed to LLMs. But let's check if it's even true. Quick local setup with Cloud Code, and what I asked is discover this article. I provided a link to our issue. It fetched, and what it had actually is issue token explosion in Playwright MCP. Problem users experience increasing in token consumptions. That's what we just read. Snapshot output is expensive. Accessibility snapshots and screenshots can consume massive amounts of tokens. Context degradation is real. When conversation get auto-compacted due to large tool output, the LM can forget initial instructions. Have a look at where we got some feedback. Navigate to URL MCP news combinator.com. We got MCP response in 14,000 tokens. Just simple one action. Isn't it like a lot? Finally, we were able to take a screenshot of some page, and we are closing the browser, and finally we got the results. Playwright MCP token usage. Browser navigate. We got 5,000 tokens. Browser navigate to different site with less UI 800, 400, 400, and taking screenshot actually took around from 1,000 to 3,000, which is a lot. Snapshot output scales explosively with page complexity. Hacker News took almost 20,000 characters, which is putting us in trouble. Other problems to state: every navigation includes a full snapshot by default. Network requests are verbose. Screenshots are expensive but predictable. Complex sites are simply unusable. So, at the end, issue is confirmed. The core claims from the issue are validated. Token consumption is indeed very high. Multi-steps automation on a moderate complex site will rapidly full context window. But what's the solution? And let's ask it. Can you provide me better solution for Playwright MCP server? What can I use instead? After crawling couple of minutes, we got some results. First of all, better Playwright MCP 95% token savings, and we are looking at better Playwright MCP server. And that's pretty interesting. Let's have a look what's that. High performance Playwright MCP server with intelligent DOM compression and content search capabilities for browser automation. Second option, agent browser 93%. Playwright, that I already had a video before, 80% token savings. First, Playwright MCP 70-80% savings. On the internet you can find different variants of improved libraries, but we cannot really trust them 100% because they could be malicious. Be careful with that and think twice and look carefully what you are installing locally. And still problem exists, and if you are vulnerable to that, then probably it's time to search for another solution.